favorite couplepreneur.
Appreciate it.
How was your day today? You
I've been
good?
running all day.
Make sure my phone is recording as well, just in case.
Yeah, I've been running all day.
Running all day. Well, we are here, and I'm so glad that I get to interview you both again. I had so much fun at the event. I know when Jay was asking for feedback and stuff, we were saying we couldn't give them because we're just enjoying the moment, supporting you both. You know, this is part of your legacy and your kids, and you're giving back to the world as well. And I just want to circle back because you both do so much individually and together, specifically with the radio station. How did it come about? Was y'all sitting talking? Did someone come to y'all to make the idea? Spill the beans.
Well, you know, because I you know, was on radio for so many years, you know, kind of know the ins and outs of radio, know what commercial radio does well and know what they don't do well. And you know, between Cass and, you know, some mutual friends of ours in the business, you know, Cass came up with the fact that we should do radio. And I'm like, okay, yeah, let's do it. And that's what we really came up with it, because we know it's a void. Like, it's a void as far as playing new artists, as far as giving artists a chance. You know, if an artist hasn't already popped, you know, commercial radio won't play him, even though if the music is good, they won't play him. They won't take a chance. This platform will give us an opportunity if we really like the music and we know that that particular artist or his situation, his label works hard, then we'll have an opportunity to be able to support and see what happens. Because that's all they're looking for. All they're looking for is a shot, is a chance, you know, and they don't necessarily get that often.
Will you have the hands-in and hosting, booking the guests to be on the show? Or are you going to put a team in place, or is it just going to be you two handling all of it?
Well, it's going to be a team in place. You know, it's going to be a morning show, middays, afternoons, and nights. You know, there'll be mixed shows, there'll be specialty shows, you know, music along with great personalities and you know, funny and smart personalities. It's gonna put together for a great recipe and a great platform.
Cass, I can imagine the work that goes into building a radio station. And you have to incorporate all these shows. And Jay was talking about the format, the itinerary from morning to night. How has it been for you? Are you learning a lot? Is it stressful at times? How do you balance it?
So it's very stressful. Am I learning a lot? So I come from TV and radio. So a lot of it I know on the business side and the programming side of it. So I'm learning new techniques, you know, because you always learn something new. So I'm learning new techniques and new thought processes. And I'm watching different radio. I find myself watching and listening to different radio just so I can make sure that we're giving what it is that's needed to give.
What's needed to give. What impact do you intend to make for Black culture, specifically in media? Because we're not dominated, as you know, no pun intended, white people dominate media, period. Mm-hmm. What impact do you both want to make within our culture in Black media?
For me, it's about the ownership and taking control of what, you know, someone who doesn't look like us gives back to our culture. Because if you think about it, most radio stations, with the exception of two, and now ours will be a third one, are owned and operated completely by, you know, people who don't look like me, you know. So for me, it's about the opportunity to own something, to grow something, to build something for my culture, about my culture, that my culture has already developed.
See, now I'm about to cry because this is just so powerful. And Jay, you know, I be all over Cass. I swear I love her. She is just one of the greatest inspirations that came into my life, like a heaven sent angel. I swear.
No, she is. She really is. She's a really intelligent and creative, just woman in person, and you know, great mother, and you know, she's the ish. You know what I mean? She really is the ish. I did want to piggyback on, you know, what we were talking about as far as, you know, other people controlling media. You know, for us, the problem is it's somebody else controlling the narrative. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's, they can make anything sound how they want it to sound. They can control, they're controlling all the narratives. I mean, from, you know, when they raided the Capitol, from what's going on with AMC stock, just what's going on with police and people of color. They control all the narratives. And for us, just cut it straight. That's it. Just give it to us straight. Just give it to us straight. It doesn't need to lean one way or the other. Just give it to us straight. And I think that is the plus, because we will give it to you straight. If we need if us as Black people, as people of color, if we need to straighten ourselves up, then we're going to say, yo, we need to straighten ourselves up. It is us. We're doing it. You know what I'm saying? But if they are messing up, we're going to talk about that as well. And, you know, usually in media, it's only one way, you know, and 9 times out of 10 is to make us look bad. You know what I mean? It just naturally how it goes. And this gives us an opportunity to help change the narrative.
I love it. Now, the franchise group shut the DMV down and had the franchise radio launch event. How was it for you?
So it was amazing. It was amazing to see people such as yourself, just well-respected folks in the industry, you know, at the event. You know, we always keep a positive spin, but you know, we almost had to stop beating ourselves up because we can't control the weather. You know, we wanted sunlight. Well, you know, we had rain, but you know, all in all, it was a great event. The right people were there. The people who were supposed to be there were there. You know, shout out to Plush Vodka. They, you know, they really had our back. Shout out to Cavassier. They had our back. Mina Cigar Lounge, she had our back. Cohiba, which, you know, most people do know that name when they speak of cigars. It just was a great event. It was a great time, and it was great seeing everybody all in the same place and so much love. I mean, I think that as much as we complained about the weather, not forced, but everybody was in, and it just had you talking to somebody. Like if you seen somebody next to you, you asked them what was going on, what they did if you didn't know, and y'all talking, exchanging numbers. It was just a great vibe, and just, it was so much love in the room. You know, it was so much love in the room.
And people didn't even care about the weather. We were outside. We didn't care if it was raining, sleeting, hell, tornado. We were just enjoying the moment and awe and support of you for supporting the culture. Cassie, how was the event for you?
It was for me, it was great to see everyone who was there. You know, I haven't really had an opportunity to properly take in the event, you know, because it's like, okay, it's happened, now what's next? Or, you know, and then 30 days later we have to get, so I'm kind of in a space of like, where I always suggest to everybody that you should embrace the moment. I don't think I necessarily had the opportunity to embrace it. So I'm just like, for me, I'm just grateful to everyone that we really wanted to be there was able to get there to support us.
Absolutely. Did any of your children want to follow the footsteps of you and any of the
So,
titles that you have?
so actually, all so we don't have any kids together. So of my kids, yes. To answer the question, yes. I have a so I'm a I edit, I shoot, you name it, I do it when it comes to media. And so actually my oldest shoots as well as I do. She edits as well as I do. And all of these are habits that she picked up from watching me, you know, in the industry and things that I did. My middle child, not so much. She's more in the service field. She's an occupational therapist for autistic individuals. And so her passion, initially when she went to college, she wanted to be an entertainment attorney because, you know, of what I did. But now she's like, no, I just want to help people and I just want to do that. And then I have a 16-year-old son, and my 16-year-old son actually wants to be an actor. So every time he sees an interview, like he can tell you every interview that Jay and I have had. He can tell you every interview that his mom has had. He can tell you every time we've been on the TV. He can give you the details, which I didn't know until recently, about each one of our YouTubes. That, you know, our podcast that we done, I didn't know that until recently, till he threw something in my face. And so like he really wants to be an actor and he really wants to be in this industry. And I told him, you know, hard work and dedication, and you can have whatever you want, because that's really what the span of this 25 years of me being in a business has been. It's been hard work and dedication. I work until I can't work any longer. As I've gotten older, I've realized that it's not necessarily the best process, you know, but I've always been the person that I'm a go-getter. So if Tammy calls me and says, I want to be on an Oprah show, I'm going to go get it until I can figure out how to get Tammy on the Oprah show. You know, I sometimes I use an example of with Jay. If somebody asks me something, I'll tell them, hey, if Jay says he wants to be an astronaut, I'm gonna figure out how to build, you know, I'm gonna build it so that I'm gonna build this rocket so that he can do one, because that's just who I am. And as I've gotten older, I've found out that the next day, the next moment is not promised, because we usually say the next day is not promised, but the next moment, the next second isn't promised. And so as much as I love what I do, I'm starting to set boundaries and pace, because I got to feed into me more, you know? And so, and that's for me, that's where, you know, it is.
Wow. For you both to have tons of media experience, Jay, I want to know, like, who is your favorite interviews? I know you interview quite a few legendary people. Why was it memorable for you?
I have great interviews with stand-up individuals. I can't say stand-up guys, because what I've noticed is a lot of time women are a lot more stand-up than the guys at this point.
Mm-hmm.
The way the culture and the way life is set up right now. Fat Joe, incredible interview. Sitting down, wasn't an interview, but sitting down with 50 in his house, that, you know, the old Mike Tyson house up in Connecticut. He had a Super Bowl party, and I happened to be there way before all the guests got there, and got a chance and the opportunity to really just be in the presence of a conversation that he was having with, you know, the guys that had me there. Incredible. Pop Smoke, may rest easy, rest his soul.
Rest in peace.
A great vibe. And it was funny because his guys were like, hey man, you must really like this guy, because Pop Smoke was asking me if I needed drops or what I needed after we finished, right? And, you know, he said that in his interview. He was like, man, I just seem like I've known you for years. And it's because Like, I really care. I want them to be safe. I was upset when I saw that he posted that address to where he was staying, and those guys, like, because I felt like he got caught slipping. He was being comfortable. He's really smart kid. You know, he was a smart kid. And to have a conversation with Nipsey Hussle. And, you know.
He also rest in peace.
We had, until this day, I kind of beat myself up about, after we finished the interview, you know, he did some other stuff. And when he left, we left where we were at, the label called Cass and was like, hey, what are y'all doing? And, you know, she like, well, he got to play, he got a gig. And, you know, she was like, well, Nipsey wants y'all to come meet us at Ruth Chris. And I'm like, I gotta go to this venue. I was supposed to play. I was booked to play. And I went, and I'm thinking I'm gonna see Nip again, and you know, and that happened. But I really have great interviews with really stand-up individuals, you know, really do. So they're just a few. I remember an interview, Boosie knocked some beer on himself, like in the studio, and he done drink beer, but somebody had some beer. It was crazy, you know, it was crazy. But Fat Joe, Pop Smoke, Nipsey Hussle, and being around Fifth, you know, just having a conversation in the privacy of his home was great for me. Definitely was.
Just legendary. Wow.
Yeah.
Absolutely epic. Cass, what are some memorable media projects you've been a part of that stick with you, that you're proud of yourself, that you was involved with?
For me, it's gonna be any of the BET awards that I work with. It's gonna be the trumpet awards that I worked with. It's gonna be when I went on tour with Tavis Smiley. It's going to be my time in the studio with Tracy Braxton, who is a very, very good friend of mine. And it's gonna be the work that I did with Carly Red. Those will all be.
Wow. I'm just moved.
Oh, like, and you know what? The Soul Train Awards with
come on with it.
Belle Biv DeVoe. Yeah, the Soul Train Awards with Belle Biv DeVoe was actually epic because that was on my birthday. And so that year, instead of me leaving right after Soul Train, I stayed until the next day. And some of my industry friends, some of my industry R&B folk had a party for me in Vegas. Yeah.
What is the things that you both accomplish on your own and you bring it back? And I say that over again because from the outside looking in, it can seem like, oh, ego can get involved, or at times you say, oh, look at my resume, I can do that, I don't need you, or, you know, and y'all not like that at all. Y'all truly uplift each other and y'all pour into each other and y'all use y'all collective talent together and build each other up. And it's just so beautiful because it's so easy for ego to get involved in relationship in this industry. So many people don't last, and y'all are such role models.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
We appreciate it, but I'm gonna tell you, you know, so I didn't know her as, you know, when she went to high school as a kid and that sort of thing. I didn't know her. She's told me stories, you know, I fact check stories. I just know that, you know, I do know the stories to be pretty accurate. And she never really had an issue with attention, friends, people liking her, being popular, whatever the case may be. I've never had an issue with, you know, being popular. I'm a pretty cool kid. I was liked. I played sports. I DJ. I just, you know, I had friends, and I was really cool with that. Never had an issue with somebody having more than me. That was always inspiration for me. And what I noticed is people have issues when they weren't necessarily cool before whatever happened that made them popular. You know what I'm saying? Like if you didn't really get a lot of attention and you didn't have a lot of friends and now, boom, you're a superstar and you got all the attention and everybody's loving you and everybody's running behind you, you can, there might be a possibility that you might be pretty anal. You might become pretty anal. When you were already popular and already cool and you've already, had some success, it doesn't go to your head. I think for us, the biggest issue is never about ego. It's about exactly what Cass said, that, if you notice when she even talked, it was when she talked about the event, she like, I didn't get a chance to take it in and really take it and really like look at it and really take the event in. She didn't get a chance to do that. And she's big on that. She taught me that. My mentor was usually, let's get to the next thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we did that, bam, what's next? And that tends to, not be an issue, but, that tends to, I see it one way, she sees it another way. Neither one are right or wrong, but they are more of the issues than, well, I did 18 years on the radio. And then she telling me, I executive produced The Wire and I did Homicide. And, she could really poke her chest out and say all of that. But we kind of too cool to really do all of that. Like, that's goofy to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really goofy to us, period. That's goofy to us. When we watch people do that, that's goofy. So we don't have to poke our chests out. Our resume kind of speaks for itself. And then we don't got to remind you, let's just get to it and let's try to achieve what we're trying to accomplish, So that's our issue. Not, I know that's pretty long, but not an ego of who did what, when, and why.
No, that's deep.
Right.
For me, so I was raised to be a servant and not a celebrity. So that's that's how I look at everything. I'm gonna treat the president like I'm gonna treat the janitor. I'm not, everything that I've accomplished in life has been through the grace of God. And my parents a lot of people don't know, but I come from a civil rights background. And so my godparents were very heavy in the movement. Like, when I say very heavy in the movement, very heavy, and I was always taught humility and that anything and everything that you have can be taken away from you at any given moment. And so in my career, I try to treat people the same, and tomorrow's not promised. It could be taken from me. I'm up here today and I could be down here tomorrow. And I want you to give me the same respect, no matter who I am or what I have or what I don't have. When it comes to our relationship and us being, in business together and being in a relationship together, I was raised, and I don't apologize for how I was raised. I was raised that the head of the house is the man, the head of the relationship is the man. So at all costs, all I'm gonna do is respect Jay. I'm not interested in DJing. I'm not interested in being him. I'm not interested in having any attention. He gets all the attention and I enjoy it. I enjoy watching him perform. I enjoy watching him interact with people. And it's nothing about that bothers me, as a person, because this is what he does. He brings to the relationship what he brings to, and I bring to the relationship what I do. There are times where both of us may be getting attention, but what we do know is that car ride home is going to be that car ride home with us. It's not there, and so for me, I don't care if you Beyonce. I've worked with her, I've been around her, but I'm not that doesn't give my ego or any insecurities any different, because I've also worked with people just starting out, and it's the same. We all bleed the same.
Wow. And I believe it wholeheartedly. One time, Jay Cass and I was on the phone. She was like, Jay, DJ, I gotta call you back. I said, I know that's right. Go support your man, girl. We can talk later. She don't play about you, okay? Like I was so here for it, for sure. Thank you so much for the conversation today. I would end it with, what are you most excited about for the launch, and what is the exact launch date for the radio station?
So first week of July. We have really been July 1st, between July 1st and July 4th. July 4th is on a Sunday, so July 4th could possibly not work for us, you know. But it's been between that. And the most exciting thing is being able to help some folks and being in control of that narrative. You know, we've worked for a bunch of people before, and I don't have a problem with being coached and being a player on a team. I have no problem with that. But at this juncture, it's about, you know, owning the team. It's about being the GM of our own team. And that is what I am really happy about. And the fact that there's a possibility that we can find a diamond in the rough, somebody who is amazing personality that didn't get a shot, amazing DJ that didn't get a shot, and we give that person an opportunity, and we play a part in his or her legacy for the rest of for the rest of their life. I know who gave me an opportunity. You know, I know who gave me an opportunity, and I still to this day give them props. You know, that's the great part. That's the fun part, watching the development. You know, almost like a kid, watching a kid grow up. You know what I mean? That's for me, that's the excitement.
For me, the excitement is a little different. For me, it is the ownership, of course, and being able to own a piece of our culture. But the excitement for me has more to do with us than it does that. It's because I know how talented the man to my left is. And I know that radio is something that is music, entertainment is just something that is in his soul. And when the thought was even conceived, it was more so because I know you can do this. I know you deserve this. I know that you're going to give them what they really need. And whatever I have to do to support that narrative or that dream, that's what I'm going to do. So for me, the excitement is more so of his excitement and his excitement for being a part of this, and for his excitement for having the ownership of it.
Before I go, I just want to, and this is no nothing against you, King Jay, because I believe everything you said and being selfless and giving to others. I just have to pour into your queen, our queen in front of you, and just wholeheartedly thank Cass, my Dr. Cass, the GOAT, just for loving on me and giving me a chance. Because that you connected me with Takia, I was able to interview icons, something I worked over 20 years of my career, went to college for, worked my ass off. And she didn't know me from a hole in the wall. When we first connected last year in the pandemic, you didn't know me from a hole in the wall. You have nothing but love me. And I thank you so, so much for all the opportunities you gave me. And I'm forever here. I will forever have you back. You forever will have my support, queen. You are my sister. I thank you so much, Cass, from the bottom of my heart for everything.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
See, that's what it's about. That's what it's about. You just said you're never going to forget what she did for you. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's really what that's about, you know? And really, for real, as much as we love the win, it's about sometimes she has to kind of pull me back because I want to give back. So, you know, just want to give everybody a chance to get on. Everybody's not necessarily worth it, but that is, just look at that. You know what I mean? You just said you're never going to forget you know what I mean, what she did, what role she played. And I mean, that's the blessing. You know what I'm saying? That's the blessing. You know, you're blessed and she's gonna be blessed, and you know, because of it. You know what I mean? So that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty.
And I just want to follow suit and pay it forward because it was paid forward to me. Right. And you're going to continue to be blessed for the blessing that you give others. And I want to keep that mindset, because as you elevate, you have to pay it forward. Just a recycle that goes over and over and over. Pay it forward. You know,
at the end of the day, someone helped me. And so it costs nothing. It costs absolutely nothing to be a service, but it costs more when you're not a service. And I don't know if you understand that, but if you think about it, you'll really get it. It costs way more to not be a service than it does, you know, if you are. And I just try to do unto others what was done to me. And I have an amazing role model. And anytime I need anything, anytime we need anything, she's always been there. You know, I remember she felt like we were at a point of burnout, and she was like, me and my husband just paid for you guys to go away, you know, because it is very important to pour back into an individual or pour back into a situation, because you always want your cup to run over, because you'll always have a lot.
Can't be empty. It definitely can't be empty. And on the last note, it's the accents for me. So, and I'm just so here for your accents. I'm showing love from Syracuse, New York. All of y'all in Baltimore right now, where y'all at in the world? Got a 5-10 keep
We
up.
in the world, are we? I don't know. We with Carmen San Diego. That's where we are. You find her, you'll find us.
No, seriously, I can't keep up with y'all. But no, thank you both so much. The pictures that you sent me, Cass, that's the ones you want in the article?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much. And have a great rest of your evening.
Thank you so much.
Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.